You sneaky. You're running as an outsider.
I am an outsider.
Is this true? Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Come on. Come on. Really?
Do you smoke crack cocaine?
Exactly.
Let's give the people what they came for.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right, elbows up.
Elbows up.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Ready? Are you ready? Get them out of here! Get them out of here! Get the hell out of here!
Enough with the woke shit?
So, the answer to that is to stop being stupid.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Get your special sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
Is the federal government stealing from us? Are they sabotaging our industry? Are they taking us down the path to communism? Are they censoring us? Are they stealing our guns from us? Come on, let's go!
Let's fucking go.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Unacceptable Fringe. This is The Forge. This is the Monday show. As you guys can see, Derek is not around today, and the inmates are running the asylum. So I want everybody to share the show, like the show, share the show with your friends, talk about it, because it's another one of those inmates going to run the asylum tonight. So I'm excited to see everybody here. And of course, I can't do it with the other inmate, Matt. Joining the party.
We're trying not to get fired tonight.
Yeah. This is we had to go over the do's and do not do's of the internet to try to make sure that we don't get canceled tonight. Because I know Derek is listening to this while he's in the car, and I'm not looking forward to the angry text messages that will soon be happening. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you? Busy this week?
This week has been insanely busy when I'm not causing massive disruptions into the Forever Canada movement. Also, I did Lee was generous enough to give me a sign, so we're good with that. I got that for everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say you weren't very busy. It was that other guy?
Yeah, the other guy just causing issues. You know, a very handsome guy, nevertheless. But this is gonna be good. Let's get into a roll call. So why don't you guys tell me where you guys from? Yeah, I'm gonna try it. All right, guys. Let us know where you're from. A shot. Well, let me do half. You can do the other half.
I don't care. No, you go ahead. This is your show. I'm just here.
All right. We got this is a lot harder. I don't know how he does this. We got Wesley Snipes in from Lethbridge. We got Kelly Manai, for Free Alberta. Hi, Mike and Matt from Rimby. We've got Carol and Gerald from Calgary. We've got hockey fans at 6057. Hi, Matt from Calgary as well. We got Derek Mixer. Hi there, Matt. Carson City, Nevada. We've got David Brewer from Missouri. Missouri. We got Nick Moore. Hello from Indiana. We have Harold Cushman from Wisconsin. Yeah, it's Cushman. Who else we got here? The Truth 999 Edmonton. David Brewer from Spring. Already did that one. Went in twice. The Sith Chat GT from Cleveland. Lori Jean. I know you're from Canmore. What else we got? Ann Yaninski from Edmonton. Todd Schrader from Stettler. I got to go to Stettler soon. Ingrid from Brad Creek. What else we got here? God. Here you go. Mr. Creeper from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Where the something gun something. I don't know the song. Piss Strife, yeah, from Moose Jaw. Okay,
all right,
yeah. Bonnie Heslip from Torquay, Saskatchewan. I don't know where that is. We got Wildflower from Edmonton. We got Laura Wokman from Tabor. Corn season is upon us right now, people. Get your Tabor corn. I'm actually a little disappointed with the stands, but we'll get that into that later. We got Multi-Bear from Leduc.
I'm just going to highlight this real quick after this one.
All right.
We're going to talk about this later. Tara, we're going to talk about that.
Oh yeah, we're going to get into.
You must have missed the show last week on Wednesday.
I think we were censored. I think that's what happened. Like I was going over the views and a lot of hate watchers, a lot of hate comments. It was interesting. It was interesting what really happened.
There's always a lot of hate.
All right, let's go a few more people here. We got Grumpy Albertan from Vulcan. We've got David Anderson from Arkansas. We have Phoebe from Innisfail. Alberta Vibes. That guy just actually messaged me on X. How you doing from Calgary? We got to talk about the videos that have been coming out over last week. Been absolutely hilarious. JD Clues from Westlock. We've got Captain McGunty, Edmonton. Who else we got? Michelle Gordon from Airdrie. Silver Fleet from Vancouver. Random Numbers from Calgary. Ron Schutzer. Yeah, Ron, yeah. Matt's an expert, I guess, yes. All right, that's good enough. Guys, we're not going to do the full one tonight because, like I said, Derek's got a technique for this stuff, and it's surprisingly difficult as you're going through the chat. And
I haven't tried it since the last time we did this, which was a few months back, and you did much better than I did. So we'll.
I'm gonna go with a 6 out of 10. I think I did 6 out of 10. It'd be good. Also with the booze ban, I think, and Derek not being here, one of those drinking episodes.
Well, you should have let me know. I would have stopped on the way home and picked up some beer.
Oh,
jeez. Can I say beer? Am I allowed?
Yeah, you can say beer.
Okay.
American beer. It's good.
Derek gave you a solid 3.
Out of 5? Out of 5?
Out of 5, right? Out of 5, right?
Out of 5. We're taking over the show, baby. Honestly, at this point, we've taken it over.
All right.
All right, Matt. Let's get started, buddy.
Get after it. You had some weekend things to go through before we get into our 100. Get out! Come on. That's rude.
All right, some of us don't do this for a living, hey, Derek. Like I said, baby steps. I haven't figured out how you do it. I just figured out how to use the buttons. I still don't know how to screen share on this thing yet.
Oh wow!
So
all right. Well, So before we get into Mark, our buddy Mark, and his Brookfield and his vacations, let's talk about your buddy Lee.
Are we going to talk about? Already going into there? Are we already going into that?
I thought that's what we're going to start with.
Let me just go over a couple of things first. Okay. First of all, guys, if you guys needed some more of that sweet freedom honey goodness, this morning I was on Paula. I was on Tea and Coffee with Paula and Jay. You guys can go check that out. That was this morning. A really good time. We talked about the shenanigans of last week. We talked about some elbow stuff, and we talked about what's the plan going forward with the TPAs and everything like that. So quite excited about that.
Excellent.
Okay. What other? I don't know. Jeff Rath made me laugh this week with this. The new geometry.
I saw that one.
Pentagon, hexagon, octagon, and Albertagon. Tip of the hat, Mr. Jeff Rath. That was minutes of fun. All right. Do we get into Lee or do we get into the elbows? Do we do an early douche?
Sure.
All right, guys.
Didn't you want to talk about the scrutineers first?
Oh yeah. Okay, guys. I gotta find this stuff. So guys, yeah. So when it comes to scrutineers, you guys, basically, guys, we're kind of getting played here right now. And this is one thing that I've seen a lot of. So to sign up for scrutineers, we have to sign up through the various TPAs. And there's only 2 weeks left. I forget the date. It's like August 28th. All the names have to be in, and there's still very little details about this. Guys, I'm imploring you, if you're in the Alberta area and if you want to help out be a scrutineer, reach out to all the TPAs. I'm going to be reaching out to guys like Corey and Alberta Pin and Jason Levine and all them, because they're going to be the ones to have to register for scrutineers come for the election. It's because it's not done through a party. Normally you would have a party be able to do this, but because this is a referendum vote, it's the TPAs that actually have to do it, which makes me wonder if that's the reason Tommy did his TPA, was so he could get scrutineers. Here, you want to read that out there?
Yeah, yep. So Jason Levine posts, volunteers wanted referendum scrutineers. We are building a province-wide list of volunteers interested in serving as scrutineers for Alberta's October 19th referendum. As a registered referendum third-party advertiser, we are permitted to submit the names of prospective scrutineers to Elections Alberta. Scrutineers play an important role. Interested, sign up and volunteer through our TPA website to be considered as a scrutineer at thelevineshow.com/TPA-volunteer. I'm going to copy that. Control C, Control V. Put that in the chat for you guys. And I would assume that the other TPAs also have a section where you could sign up to be a scrutineer for each TPA. Signing up does not guarantee that you will be appointed. As a registered third-party advertiser, we can submit names to the Chief Electoral Officer, but Elections Alberta determines whether additional third-party scrutineers are required and where they will be placed. Factors can include the size of the voting location and maintaining a balance among referendum positions. So if you're interested in being a scrutineer for the election, you can sign up at thelevineshow.com/ whatever the address was, TPA.
So if you guys aren't sure exactly what scrutineers do, you guys can pick different shifts you want to be. You don't have to be all there all day if you don't want to be. But basically, you're going to go in there and you're just looking over what's happening. You get to see inside of the ballot boxes. You guys get to see them sealed up. You guys get to sit there and monitor the day, see people that come in and register, and basically be the eyes, be the watchful eyes if there's any chicanery going on.
Make sure there's no shysting going on.
And tomfoolery indeed. And that's why I'm imploring you guys, if you guys got some, it's one day. If you guys got some time, please sign up. Go to electionsalberta.ca and go over some of the rules, and you'll understand the do's and do not do's. Like I said, it's pretty chill. You can basically sit there and you just kind of take a day, drink some coffee, and just watch the referendum happen. Be part of history, because this is truly something that if this fails, this will never happen again, in my opinion. So I think this is very important for us to get out there and make sure that everything is clean, every I is crossed, every I is dotted and every T is crossed, so that we can make sure that there's no tomfoolery at foot. A couple of super chats to get out of the way. Ali the Lego Batman, where is he? Where is Lee? Swear to me. Swear to me.
Where is he? Where's Lee?
Where's
Lee?
Lee couldn't make it tonight. He's out gallivanting around. Handsome guy, by the way. Okay. Commando Solo, $5. Guys, Kuzma was mismanaged by Carney, but his decision to bring China into Canada was a declaration of economic war against Trump. This won't end well. I agree. There was, we've talked about this. I don't know, Matt's talked a lot about this, about what's happening in the background. We are going to get into the whole elbow situation, elbows down tonight, if you will. Talking about this stuff, because people don't realize how screwed up this country is right now and how terrible of an idea it was to bring Carney in. Like I said, you want to see your globalist new world order stuff? This is where we're at. All right, Teresa Freedom. Do you know if it can sign up with all the TPAs? The TPAs can put the names forward. I'm gonna try to get, and I know Derek's gonna reach out, but I'm gonna reach out to the various TPAs and see who's the ones putting up names forward. I know Corey Morgan will do it, Jason Levine will do it, Keith Wilson's group will do it, Stay Free probably. So like I said, at least there's 4 there that I know. I'll try to get the list of names out to you, so who can put people forward as scrutineers, because this is really important that we get, like I said, we get bodies out there to make sure the vote is proper and there's no chicanery. What are you laughing at?
What a great set of beards. Matt, you need some plaid. I am not country blue collar. I am deathcore blue collar. Like, I'm a metal guy. So you'll find me in camo shorts and a black t-shirt. I'll leave the plaid to Mike. That's his outfit.
God bless.
All right. First item up for bids or straight to the douche? What do you think?
Let's go right into the douche. Let's do
All
it.
right.
All right, guys.
Douche.
I can find the video.
Come on. Come on. Really?
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
That's what we need to do is support each other.
Douche of the week.
All right, guys. All right. Hey, guys, it's everyone's favorite segment. And the reason you come here on Monday to come hang out with us while the inmates run the asylum. It is the famous Unacceptable Fringe Freedom Honey Douche of the Week, where we take your nominees, put it all jumbled together. I get angry at one individual person, and then we make them and bestow them the title of Douche of the Week. There's been a lot of douches this week. A lot. I mean, there's been some online trolls. The Canadian trucker X account's been beaking at us. We'll bring that up later. A couple of political pundits. The attacks are coming fast and furious against the Alberta separation movement, even to the point where ridiculous shirts like this are coming in. Look at this ridiculousness. This is the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
Tell your hoser, take off, exactly.
Tell your seppies how you feel supporting the food banks. Screw off. Yeah, lame. And like I said, we're at a clear state of the elbows have gone missing. But no, this week it only comes to one of the key figures in the Forever Canada movement, possibly the greatest figure outside of Lukazik himself. Sadly, I don't know his last name. But this week's nominee is Lee himself, our good buddy Lee. So for those, Vinegar. Yeah, Lee Tyrant Vinegar. So for those people that weren't watching last week, Lee decided here over on the left, next to Tommy, to infiltrate the Forever Canada event down in Cochrane, Forever Canadian, if you will, and proceeded to get his way on the bus, taking photos of himself in the bus, taking photos of himself driving the bus, and pledging his donation and fealty to the Forever Canadian movement. Now, this has gone viral, news articles, even as much as the music video. You guys could check that out on I've heard of Vibe Sent It. I forget the name of the YouTube channel.
You should play the short one. It's only
I'll let you bring it up because you're good with the screen sharing stuff. So Lee managed to, like I said, infiltrated the situation, get out there, made a total chicanery himself, and of course now he's being used in the propaganda, and you'll see him next week down in Lethbridge. Handing out signs, just out there, elbows up and all. You know, the funny thing is that because he was him and his buddy Carter over here were the youngest people at the event, obviously it would the camera kept rolling. You know, he's there getting pictures with the elderly and the pensioners, the boomers crowd, if you will. And a hell of a time. But needless to say, and of course he did give me this wonderful sign here that I still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm probably going to gift it to Corey Morgan. Yeah.
He's going to do with it.
I don't know. I'm going to maybe drop it off at the Western Standard, with a nice greeting card reminding him that
you should get Lee to sign it.
I should get Lee to sign it. That's a great idea. If I'm your buddy, Lee. Honestly, Lee was telling me that he was a little upset at the situation and wasn't able to get Thomas Lukazik to sign the sign. That was one thing he thought about after, that he should have gone up there with a Sharpie and been like, you know what, man? My sister, she's a big fan of what you're doing. Sadly, she couldn't be here. So if you could sign the sign, her name's Corey. And I don't know, maybe get that in there and then have a nice keepsake. There's another possibility. Jason Levine and I were talking about it this morning, that we may actually get all the TPAs to sign it and then maybe donate it off to something. So, and for all those people that are like, oh, you guys can't deface it because it's not a campaign sign. Oh, sorry, because it's a campaign sign. I don't think A, it's not a campaign, and 2, Lee did register for it, so it technically is his sign. So it's not defacing somebody else's property; it's defacing Lee's property.
Okay. So all right, Lee, you bastard, you Forever Canadian bastard, you
magnificent, handsome bastard. So for that, Lee Tyrant Vinegar, as Matt would call him, you are this week's Freedom Honey Unacceptable Fringe Douche of the Week. That's Mike approved, Matt approved, everyone in the chat approved. If you guys are just tuning in this week and missed exactly what happened last week, I oblige you to go watch the live stream last Wednesday, and you will put everything 2 and 2 together.
It's pretty funny. All right.
That was screwy.
Like,
I mean, you know what the worst part is?
Just thinking about it makes me laugh all over again.
People are tagging Lee and things on freaking on X now. It's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, they're tagging me and they're putting Lee in the brackets.
Lee should make his own X account and
absolutely
carrying on being Lee,
and just superimpose himself and all the Forever Canadian movements. Jason Levine this morning talking was like, if Lee would have worn like one of those glasses with the fake mustache, like fake nose outfits, you know, with like the bad guy from World War II style mustache, he's like, you would have got it would have been 1 million extra points. I'm like, okay, like it was, you know, it took some gusto for him to get in there, to get on the bus, to take photos of him on the bus, but it definitely took a little more gusto. That would have ruined the joke.
I thought Lee was going to get busted on the worn work boots, because we all know the Forever Canadians don't have worn work boots.
They were cowboy boots, actually.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's get on with the news. Today's big ticket topic, shall we?
Absolutely.
So, as many of you may know, BC is sort of on fire. This is Summerland, and it's very reminiscent of the go that have been happening every summer for the last few years. They were all evacuated and stuff. Pretty freaking scary things, man.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty scary things. So the whole town was ordered out. Thousands of Canadians fleeing through the smoke and the flames. Homes gone. There is a possible death. Am I allowed to say that? Under investigation. Province under the province has declared a state of emergency. And where is the Prime Minister? He's on a pre-planned vacation to Italy. He's got reduced hours, but his eyes are still on the priorities. But let's take a look at what Mark Carney's priorities are during his trip to Italy, shall we?
Sounds like another mystery involving investigation.
That's
the thing here. That's the thing here, guys. On the Fringe, we're just solving mysteries left, right, and center.
So, Mark Carney, a timeline. Mark Carney is strengthening Canada's relationship with Italy. Nothing unusual about that until you look at what his former company, Brookfield, has been doing there. The timeline gets very interesting. First, follow the money. We do that a lot around here with Mark Carney and his Brookfield. Brookfield business partners agreed to acquire Fosper, an industrial technology company headquartered in Lucca, Italy. Shout out to Lucca in the chat, I guess. Price tag roughly $900 million. Also, there's Inuit, one of Italy's largest telecom tower operators, controlling critical digital infrastructure across the country. In March, Reuters reported Brookfield was working with Ardian on a potential takeover, not a completed acquisition, but another very interesting Italian target. Now comes Oaktree. Brookfield just completed its acquisition of the remaining interest in Oaktree Capital. Why does that matter in Italy? Oaktree controlled funds own Inter Milan, and Inter isn't just about football anymore. Inter Milan to San Siro. Inter and AC Milan acquired the stadium and surrounding land from the city of Milan. The plan, a new stadium plus a massive urban redevelopment project. So now the chain looks like this. Shout out to Wealth Moose, by the way. That guy does solid work on X. Because I am definitely not smart enough to collate all this.
Yeah, connecting the dots like a boss.
Brookfield, Oaktree, Inter Milan, San Siro. Now, switch from Brookfield to Ottawa. At roughly the same time, Carney's government is rapidly expanding Canada's strategic relationship with Italy. The agenda includes critical minerals, energy, defense, investment, and supply chains. And the real money is beginning to move. Italy is pursuing deeper access to Canadian critical minerals. Italian energy giant Eni, has committed capital to Quebec's Nouveau Monde graphite. Canada and Italy are also strengthening energy cooperation, and defense is entering the picture too. Canada and Italy have been discussing Canada's potential acquisition of Italian-made M346 military training aircraft. Now put the two timelines beside each other. Brookfield, Italian industry. Brookfield, potential Italian telecom infrastructure. Brookfield, Oaktree. Carney government, deeper Italy, energy, minerals, and defense and investment ties. And it all goes back to Brookfield profiting. And I mean, Mark Carney doesn't have any conflict of interest. We've already established that. He's fine. He's not involved at all. He's going to be fine. Does any of this prove Mark Carney is helping Brookfield? No, not definitively and in the open, but it's precisely why transparency matters when the Prime Minister is the former chair of a global investment giant. And that firm's expanding commercial interests keep somehow appearing on the same map and aligning with the Canadian government's actions. What do you think, Mike?
I mean, I'm not shocked. I mean, we all know that this was this kind of stuff was happening. I mean, he's already been caught with having Brookfield executives inside of his office, but there's no consequences. At the end of the day, people, a guy like this, pro elbows, he didn't become prime minister because he cared.
No, he was already rich. It's not like he's needed money.
No, and he's already rubbing elbows with the elite. The position didn't get him in any more of a position of power, except maybe when it came to like national defense and like defense structures and stuff like that. He had absolutely, he has, like I said, this was Trudeau was his protege, if you wanted to say, and at the end of the day, he got voted out. He seriously disliked, and then they brought the puppet master in to finish the job. He won't be a prime minister for long. We've already pretty much established this. He's in here. He's going to make the deals. He's going to hurt our economy even more while he lines the pockets of Brookfield. He's going to keep pushing for the investments in the States because that's where all of his business is. And like as we mentioned, the tariffs are helping his businesses in the States right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who owns the largest oil pipeline in the States? I wonder who it is.
Couldn't be Brookfield, is it?
Jeez. Yes. So
anyways, as the graphic says, coincidence isn't evidence, but coincidence is where investigation often starts. And there's just been too many coincidences for my liking where the interests of Brookfield seem to align with the actions of the Canadian government. And on the note of Trudeau, I've said it before on stream, I've said it on X, I've said it everywhere to anybody who will basically listen. Trudeau pushed the agenda because he was told to. He was elected because, he was pretty and he was going to legalize it, man. And he pushed the agenda because he was told to. Mark Carney is forwarding the agenda because he wrote it.
Yep. Mr. Net Zero himself. All right, let me get through a couple of these super chats before we continue.
Super it up.
Veteran for Freedom. This is actually my old master warrant officer when I was at the engineers. Nice. Dan, thank you so much. Like I said, you're an absolute patriot, big in the independence movement, an absolute gem of a boss. And, you always say to people that your bosses, when you had really good ones, help you shape the person you are. This was one of them. It's like still laughing at the fact you're on the forever boss. Well, thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. All right, Dawes 1997, $2 super chat. Wow, Lee, I never would have guessed. Yeah. Damn Lee. Lee's I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna start a war against Lee. He's been pissing me off for the last few days. He's been getting all this attention, all of this these memes about him and things. I don't know. Okay, M. Remington 8. As Americans, we're getting blasted by your left wingnet pundits for wanting Alberta to leave Canada. I'd just like to say, yes, you're right. We hope you're able to trade with and visit the great country of Alberta. No, honestly, this is good. Thank you very much for the $20. This is a big thing because we're getting attacked. Like, the independence movement is getting attacked constantly. Just fear and propaganda. I saw a pretty insane video today from Corey Morgan. Well, it was, I forget where the location was, but it was like some deranged person that was just being super verbally abusive and threatening towards some people with a sign and stuff like that. And it was absolutely delusional. And this guy goes up and he's like, my father, and yeah, exactly.
My father.
Yeah, my father served in the war and my uncle served in the war. I'm like, dude, I actually served in the war, and I can tell you served in a war, and I can tell you right now that I'm more elbows down and pro-independence than most people.
Yeah, we also would like to trade and visit with the Americans, and we would like it so that Ottawa isn't in the middle of that, having a say in whether that happens or not.
I would love to have open trade with them. I would love to be able to, have a very easygoing border so that we can get our way, we can go visit the States and come back and it's not just a big hassle and like that.
Well, that's the cusp of the entire problem, right? Like, and that's the reason why, like, people say, "Oh, you're going to get a pipeline," which first and foremost, bullshit. But it's not about one or even two pipelines. It's about self-determination. It's about, I don't want to have to, petition dudes in Ottawa to ask permission to drill a well in northern Alberta, or to run a rail line, or to build a pipeline, or any of it. Or if they do give me the Lord's permission, thank you, good sir. May I have permission from the crown, sir, to dig this well? Even if they do give you permission, it's like, well, first you have to do an environmental impact study, and then you have to consult, and then maybe in like 5 years we'll let you do the thing.
Well, we saw that with Tech. Tech spent $1 billion on just the pre-work and then basically left because there's no point. We're running through every loop here. We're jumping every obstacle, and we still can't get anything developed, and we're not gaining any ground here. So they just backed out. And that's what I think is going to keep on happening. This is why we need to create a new independent Alberta so we can get our resources to market, so we can cut the red tape, so we can get rid of a lot of these, industry damaging procedures and policies that Ottawa has bestowed on us. And, it's not a matter of, oh, we just want to come here and destroy the land. No, it's the opposite. I love this country. People don't realize the oil sands is the largest cleanup operation on the planet. Before the oil sands, all that bitumen was leaking into the river and causing massive environmental destruction. It was killing forests. It was killing wildlife. And then guess what? Now we're cleaning the sand. Like I said, that's what we need. And I'm angry with the level of mentality. They keep telling us, they're like, oh, you just want to be part of the states. Well, like I told on Jason Levine's show this morning, that's never going to happen, because if Alberta were to join the states, we would probably become a Republican state, which means the Democrats would have put caveats in to be able to get DC and Puerto Rico to be states as well. And that'll never fly in a million years. So even then, we would have to have another referendum to join the states. So it's not like they can come here and just take us over. That's impossible. So I'm tired of this 51st state mentality. It's just fear tactic. It's people that can't come, can't put a sentence together or a collective thought, and they're just pushing for the fear and fear and fear and fear. They're like, elbows up, we got to fight the Americans. I don't understand why we need to fight them. Let's just keep them as the biggest trading partner that we have. We do 90% of our trade with them. We import most of our stuff from them or the other parts of the country. So, I don't understand all the beef.
I said this in a super chat. I don't know if it was on a Friday stream or a Monday stream, but I was like, we spent 200 years interlacing with the U.S. in every way possible. They're right there. They're the biggest economy in the world. They're the most powerful nation in the world. All our roads are connected. All our rails are connected. All our commerce is connected. And I don't care what deals Mark Carney signs with Europe or with South Asia or anywhere else. You cannot replace that flood with a trickle or 10 trickles or 100 trickles across the world. You just can't.
No. And I don't understand. Like I said, when I look at what's happening now with the booze, like we'll get into the elbows up stuff in a minute, and essentially we've turned into elbows down because Mark Carney has capitulated to essentially everything. And we knew this whole idea that we were going to take on the Americans in a type of how do you say it, in a type of economic war. And we were going to do damage. It's ridiculous. These are people that we've fought wars with. We've defended. They've defended us. They essentially protect us from the other nations of the world. We do all our trade with them. Culturally, we're almost identical, and we've got nothing. Like I said, the trucks flow north and south. Organs get donated north to south. Blood banks get donated between the two. Research for research projects for gene therapy and stuff like that get between the two countries. We are so tied in with the Americans that this whole idea that we're going to go to war with them is absolutely retarded. And shame on anyone that has ever thought that, because these are people that, yes, we did fight a war with them back in the 1800s. And then after it was done, it realized that if we work together, we could build North America to the stronghold that it is. And it's really having the bigger brother to the south has benefited us in the fact that we haven't needed a very large military. We haven't really needed to police our borders as much. They've got Alaska to the north, and they've got a massive fleet. So we've reaped in the benefits by being able to have them to the south of us. And I just don't understand why we're fighting so much.
That reminds me. Something I asked you way back in the day, but you guys didn't answer me because you were busy with something else. And it was when we were buying these subs, okay, from Germany, our new U-boats or wherever. No, so we're getting ours from Korea, right?
No, we're getting the German ones.
The German ones? U-boats. But anyways, as a military man, okay, why? Like, I understand what he's probably doing, and he's just buying really expensive toys to pad our defense funding. But like, if you were a military man, you had to say, okay, what is Canada going to do with 8 nuclear attack submarines? What is the plan, and how would you integrate that? Why?
Patrol the Arctic, keep the Chinese out. About it.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. Patrol the Arctic. We don't have anything in the Arctic, and I've been on other shows talking about this. Our northern defense is nothing. Some people talk back about the what the heck was it? The missile defense batteries that we have up there. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret that happened a few years ago. Those missile batteries that they built, this is back in they built them after the Avarera was scrapped. There's a good idea. They have no idea where they're at. They think they do, but you guys realize they ran on batteries. Let's see, it was at Service Battalion, 2016 or something like that. They were looking for volunteers to go up there to try to find these things, and they figured they were under 7 feet of ice. The doors were not strong enough to break the ice open. They were actually looking for volunteers to go up there and try to find these things. And they're like, yeah, we got some maps, and we kind of think we know where they're. I'm like, you're never gonna find these things.
Our entire northern defense is like 20 Inuit with SKSs and snowmobiles.
Essentially at this point. Let's roll in with some of these super chats. All right. Joe Cooper. Heard today carbon tax on fuel is going up 25 cents a liter on September 7th.
Is that just him putting the tax back on that he took off for the summer?
Yeah, but that was I think that was only 10 cents.
Well, they did plan to up the carbon tax like basically every year for the next 10 years.
Yeah, but like I'm paying, what am I paying right now? It's something stupid. Let's see. Gas
I have something on this actually. I was going to save that for later if we had time, but let's just bring that in right now.
All right, gas prices Edmonton right now.
Did you know that gas is very affordable and cheap in Canada, according to Mark Carney?
Oh yeah, the cheapest it's ever been. So right now, Costco price, you're looking at $1.50, $1.51, yeah. So I mean, it's going to go up to $100.75.
That's better than what I got. I'm $1.75-ish right now. But here, listen to Mark Carney.
That helps deliver affordability. We have some of the cheapest gas in the world in Canada. It can be efficient, delivers affordability, but
some of the cheapest gas in the world. Well, let's look at that. Our buddy Wealth Moose again with the numbers. USA is about 95 cents a liter equivalent when you do the breakdown. Canada currently, this is a week old tweet, but $1.60 to $1.80. Saudi Arabia is 30 cents a liter. Russia is 50 cents a liter. Mexico is 95 cents a liter.
We're not even close. Yeah,
we're not even close.
I think he's, I could see him thinking about like Europe. I know Europe, like gasoline is very expensive. That's why they drive small.
Well, we all know what we think of Europe on this channel.
Yeah, I can't say it.
We're not going to say it.
Derek gets offended when I talk about how much I love Europe. But yeah, I could no. Our gas is not cheap, and we're like I said, we're a large exporter of oil products. We have refineries.
Well, everybody's already struggling. So what we should do is we should just up the carbon tax again.
Oh yeah, because that'll work great. That's angers me. All right, Texas Rev. Bob and Doug's good name has been blasphemed. Absolutely. I guarantee you, Bob and Doug McKenzie would not be cool with this elbows up stuff, or would they be pro elbows?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Hoser, take off, eh?
Okay, Remington A. Canada has been sold a lie. No one in the U.S. wanting to absorb Canada. This is total fiction. McCartney's panic merchants for political points. Absolutely, I couldn't have said it even better itself. Even the people I talked to the States were like, "Why would we want you guys to join us when we could just go there to visit and our dollar crushes yours, so we go there cheaper?" Like,
before you do another super.
Oh yes, my commandant is he's upset right now.
You'll be sent to the fringe re-education school for retraining, Mike.
Some concentration camp.
Yeah.
Okay, and then of course we got the real Steve Jensen. Honestly, Steve, I saw the video on Friday. Beautiful, beautiful work. I absolutely loved it. Looking forward to the final edits. I mean, I want that all over X, and I want to blow some minds with it. So thank you very much for your hard work. Beautiful stuff, guys. If you didn't see it, tune back on the Friday show. I know there was internet issues, but hey, kind of get through it, and you guys can see the real Steve Jensen. That's the real Steve Jensen's. Beautiful video of Matt, myself, and Derek screaming to the high heavens for how much we love Alberta. So it's good stuff. Just had the best 4 days since the campaign began, handing out TPA sides, raising money for the TPAs. Large donations and support. I think people are waking up and realizing they're going to have to participate and fight for our freedom. Beautiful. That's very encouraging to hear.
I've seen a lot of the El Bozos X accounts, and I don't know how many of them are trolls or bots or whatever they got going on, but I've seen a lot of them. Look, there's nobody. You have like 10 people. You're never gonna. I hope they keep thinking that. I keep posting on every one of those. Like, good. We don't have the numbers. You should just stay home. Put your feet up. You'll be fine.
Exactly. Take the day off. Just relax. Sit at home. Watch a movie. Go on vacation. Don't be here.
Yeah.
oh, Carnage Carney. Why are you gonna make this so hard?
Decent Krupp.
Tyson Krupp. Yeah, Tyson Krupp. Yeah, got the contract due. Why also build carbon capture equipment and Brookfield is buying.
Well, if there's one thing I want in my nuclear attack subs, it's to make sure they're carbon neutral. The Chinese and the Russians heard that our subs were going to be carbon neutral, and they surrendered immediately.
It's pretty cool that we've got what is it? We've got submarines built by a company that builds elevators. And if you go to like most elevators, you'll go inside. This and Krupp is like the main like manufacturer of elevators. Also, Krupp, for people, here's your history lesson to you. Go look at the Krupp trials after World War II. Interesting.
I just want my Unterseeboten.
Yeah, there's Krupp trials. They built some stuff that we're not allowed to talk about on the show. Interesting. Interesting.
Is there any more supers?
Yeah, we're all caught up with the supers. What else we got? I got some elbows. I don't know. I mean, just the elbow stuff is happening.
I got a bunch of random stuff too. You go ahead for a bit.
This is for the National Roast. Solid Cat. I know he watches the show.
Elbows
Up, gone but never forgotten. Elbows Up was the campaign that we lived on for memes for years to come. It will be. Honestly, the Elbows Up joke. I mean, they were dead serious about it. And right off the bat, like the conservative-minded people, the independence-minded people, like, what the hell is this ridiculousness? And it's been a butt of a joke constantly. You had the people doing the chicken dance. You have the memes. You've got the jokes. You've got the opening video here.
It absolutely is for all of us in Canada.
Yes, I can support his elbows up some kind of bondage position. Yes, yes, it is. We'll call it the Carney takedown or something. I'm honestly very disappointed in the world because, like, how did these people fall for this? Like, that was when you went with Mike Myers and elbows up. That was your play. Like, I'm sorry, Canada is retarded.
To be fair, it worked. As ridiculous as it is, and we can make fun of it all we want, it worked. Like, there's the boomer and like giving people the finger and pointing at his elbows, and they're all doing the chicken dance or whatever they were doing there. It's like,
so Lee's video from that day. There was a video clip that was missed. It was literally Lee went up to someone and asked them, which way are your elbows pointed? I wish I would have got it on. He would have got
the
it.
Answer.
I kind of did the thing, and then he's like, up, obviously. And I'm like, yes, up indeed. Damn, I should have caught that.
Oh.
Lee should have. Yeah, I know. It was just too much. People are having way too much fun with that. It's kind of concerning, honestly. And ladies, Lee is not single, by the way, so please quit sending him DMs.
If you don't do it, I'm gonna make a Lee Tyrant Honey X account and start trolling people with it.
You know what? You can go nuts. I'll send you the photos. You can go nuts and just be the most epic troll. Okay. Who's building the Alberta Constitution?
We are.
Speaking of that, we did talk a little bit about the white paper on Jason Levine show today because it's in its review stage right now. It should be out next week. I think that's what they're looking at. So, guys, next week the white paper should be out. It's not a complete list of everything that's happening. It's more like if we're gonna do this, this is what's probably gonna happen. But it touches on a bunch of different things, like a constitution, like our pension, like our healthcare, like aviation, like military, like borders, and a lot of questions that people have to kind of give us, the people that are preaching it, more ammunition when it comes to convincing people, because the questions are coming fast and furious and people are sitting on the fence. So we need to be better educated and have a stronger position to be able to push this stuff.
It's more like guidelines, really.
Yeah, I know Dennis Kalma, the guy who did the cost of freedom, the price of freedom. He did kind of draft an early constitution. A couple other people have been talking about it. At the end of the day, guys, once we achieve independence, ouch. You could stay. You stay. I'm not.
You know what? You know what, Derek? I hope you're letting Tiff drive right now because you were chatting way too much to be the one driving.
Keep your eyes on the road, you bastard. For those audio listeners listening, Derek decided to be a troll and put it back up there, man. Put it back up. Put it back.
I lost it. It's way back up there.
Oh,
I'll find it. Keep talking.
No, you know what? Maybe we don't find it. It's kind of embarrassing.
Right.
Okay, let's okay. The real Steve Jensen, the video is on Alberta Freedom First. I need to let you know your edit requested changes. Video is on the Alberta Freedom First. Is that on YouTube? Just put it in the comments.
Yeah, I had some edits for him, but he's like, yeah, every time I use the AI to make another edit, it's $6. I'm like, you spend so much money. Don't worry about what I said. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's great the way it is, and like I said, it's the song is catchy. Yes, okay, so it's on YouTube, people. So if you guys go to YouTube, Alberta Freedom First, and you guys can check that out. I will be sharing it on X on my page at Live Free Honey, so you guys can enjoy it there as well. But make sure you guys go over to the YouTube page and give it a like and help our good buddy, the real Steve Jensen. That is the real Steve Jensen, to show the support for his beautiful work. All right, Javelin Blue. I know it's going to sound pretty fascist, but I kind of want to push people to the side and build it myself. I don't trust people with my freedoms and other people's freedoms. No, I understand. And this is one thing where the Constitutional Convention will be so important. When it comes to building a constitution, it is going to be by the people for the people. And the nice thing is like we'll be able to have opinions and go in and kind of pick the best thing. The nice thing is that we're now, it's 2026 now. So a lot of the stuff that was written, 300, 400 years ago are kind of outdated and everything like that. So we get a modern take, fresh set of eyes on it. Modern technology will be incorporated. And I want to see a lot of property rights. I want to see a lot of personal defense rights. I want to see people I would love, I don't know. I'd love a province that we could like conceal carry. Maybe not all the way open carry, but conceal carry for sure.
Individual rights and property rights are the basis for everything. Like they are paramount. And you got to remember too, like think about when our constitution or our charter was written. Like if you were in Manitoba and you wanted to communicate with the federal government in Ottawa, you had to send a dude on a horse with a little leather case that would waterproof it with a scroll that somebody scribbled on with a quill. Like that's the same thing we're dealing with here in 2026. So it's time for an update.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, being able to build their own nation, even when it comes to like stuff in the military, and I talk about this a lot of people don't realize like a lot of our old doctrines and stuff like that is Cold War doctrine. It's old school Cold War ideology, mentality. Put campaign on your face and go hide in a trench somewhere. And
man,
the Russians don't see you.
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall when the Ukraine war first started, and there's some there was just some 70-year-old Soviet Cold War general with chest candy all over himself going, "We will take this." And just him watching the video of some 15-year-old Ukrainian kid clapping his $1 million tanks with a $40 Walmart drone while sucking his vape and drinking his Monster Energy. I wish I could have seen that guy's face.
Exactly. So, like I said, it definitely needs an update to get rid of that stuff. Like I said, I'm kind of big and interested in kind of how the military will go because we're essentially, like, border wise, we are essentially surrounded by two massive countries. I mean, we don't really need a large military. We could reinforce our police force. There's 40 countries out there in the world that don't have militaries. They have just reinforced police forces, defense force, essentially. Yeah. And we can go with that until we build something different. We can focus on the latest and greatest technology, get rid of all the old junk and all that garbage. And then they could focus on, modern lessons from modern warfare. All right, Javelin Blue, we have a chance to produce the freest nation on earth. I feel like we're going to chicken out on some things. I want mandatory. I want all military weapons legalized, as well as protect for the unborn. Wow, that's going to get banned on the internet.
Mike and I talk about that all the time, and I'm like, I want my belt fed. And Mike's like, you can't have one. They'll never let you have one. And I'm like, come on. Can I at least have a Colt monitor? Like, come on.
I want cowboy guns. I'm old school like that. I just, I want to do 3-gun competitions. So, maybe Matt will get the special permit.
Maybe.
All right. PDX 67R gifted 1 unacceptable fringe membership. Thank you very much, sir. Tip of the hat. Appreciate it. Our good buddy Carney. Is Lee's wife named Karen or Keith?
It's Tommy.
It's not Tommy.
But she went on the bus and you purred.
I didn't do anything. Lee did.
Lee went on the bus and purred.
The eagle has landed. I mean, PDX 67R.
He just became a member. So did you gift a membership to yourself?
I don't know how that happened. Good for him. The internet works in mysterious ways. Uncle Chico gifted under 5 unacceptable fringe membership. Thank you very much, sir.
Órale, Chico.
This is good stuff. Good stuff. Carney with a $2 super chat. I couldn't time him out for a few minutes, Mike. I couldn't time him out.
Time who?
Time who out?
I don't
know.
But thanks for the chat.
Yeah, Javelin Blue, $10 super chat. Military weaponry is advancing. This is why I want military weaponry for civilians, drones, no drone registrations, explosives, and machine guns. I mean, some people really want the Wild West here. I mean, I'm, like I said, when it comes to me, I believe, yeah, okay, Matt. Matt's getting giddy. Javelin Blue, congratulations, you're Matt's new best friend. We got to be responsible with this. Like I said, I like to see the idea of people being able to protect themselves, protect their homes, protect their families. But at the same time, I'm not overly comfortable with people walking around with belt-fed machine guns slung on their back and stuff like that.
I'm not going to say that I could have solved the situation in Spain with one, but I'm not going to say it.
Oh, God.
Oh, the boss is here.
Boss is here. Oh, we're in trouble.
In big trouble. Unbelievable.
Let me get this last super chat before Derek takes over and yells at us. Javelin Blue. Damn it, Derek. Javelin Blue, constitutional police with local militia that can help with security. We'll definitely look into that. Like I said, there's a lot of things that are going to happen in the new and beautiful Alberta. Glad to see you back from your trip, Derek. The place is burning. We're all screwed. Lee's destroying everything, and I blame Matt for everything.
Listen,
what?
Somebody's got a problem because I said Lee was gay for Tommy. And you got mad, Mike? Why are you mad that it's Lee?
Because I care about Lee in a weird.
You care about Lee?
Like a distant cousin kind of thing.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
All right, let's get on with the show, shall we? Did you guys didn't get into Carney yet, did you?
No, we did.
A little bit. I mean, we didn't really talk about it a whole lot. I want to talk about the
fires that are burning in BC and the fact that he's on vacation in Italy, forwarding the Brookfield agenda. We showed Wealth Moose with all the receipts of all the Brookfield activities in Italy.
Apparently, it's alleged that a supposed deal was reached before before Carney left.
I saw you say that in the chat. I hadn't heard about that. So
yeah, it's all over X right now. Let me pull it up because Mario's late. The pleb talked about it earlier, and I caught a glimpse of it. But he just said my sources are telling me. I've got Mario Zelaya basically.
So, before we do that, let me just get my last little thing out of the way here because it's funny, and then we can just talk about that for the rest of the show before we do Q&A. Because Mike and I like to raid. Mike and I like to, we'll say, engage with the lefties on X. So Jasmine Lane today, in the event a tariff deal is made on time, what do you think the next strategy will be for Carney and the Liberals to maintain popularity with their base? And I tweeted, I think the Trump derangement syndrome will be effective as long as he remains in power. And then we have our buddy here, Larry Livermore. Profile picture checks out, boomer. Ideally, it would be to deport you treasonous anti-Canada snakes and bots and force you to live in the Trump America you sold your souls to. Carney does that, and he's got my support far into the future. Plus, Canada will be all the better for your absence.
Profile picture checks out.
Yeah,
it checks out. There's no flags in the bio?
No, but the profile picture definitely checks out.
Yeah.
You can always tell when they got flags in the bio.
Oh, yes. And then Mike and I were talking with this guy, and Mike shared this tweet, and I sent it. I sent it to you too, actually. Hungry trucker, when civil wars break out.
Oh, no, don't. That guy's terrible. He's terrible. What did he say?
When civil wars breaks out, I'm hunting separatist traitors. We're all just tickled pink to hear you say that. Send me location.
So Hungry Trucker's been trying to troll against Chris Barber for a long time. Hungry Trucker was in the Freedom Convoy. Apparently, I think so. I think it was him that was in it, and he was railing against Chris Barber for the longest time. Him and Chris have had a back and forth. He's useless. I don't listen to anything Hungry Trucker says.
That was the first I had seen of him, but it's just to show the prevailing attitude of these people. Like, you're going to hunt us?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Please do. Please don't threaten me with a good time.
Make my day. Anyways, all right, let's go back to
Here's what Mario Zelaya had to say. A deal's been made last week. The Liberals have kept it a secret. Mainstream media instead attacks Pierre. Every other country, when they had a deal in principle with the United States, they announced it. Why hasn't our government said anything? No mention of progress. $28 billion facing 50% tariffs, and they chose to stay quiet. Ask yourself, why? When you think through the reason and when you see the deal, you'll then understand why they stayed silent and why Carney went to Italy. Expect an announcement. Well, the deal, rightfully so, the deal's going to suck for Canada. And of course it would, because look at it. If you give somebody the finger over and over and over again, and you tell them to go F themselves, and you treat them like shit, and then you turn around and say, hey, can we actually find a way to work together? You think they're going to help you out? Probably not. They're probably going to make you feel some pain for a while. So elbows up, everybody. Get ready for that announcement when it comes full circle.
The thing that always confused, it didn't confuse me. The thing that I was always just like, what are you even talking about? It's like, you're going to attack and try to go tariff for tariff, shot for shot with the largest economy in the world, 10 times the population, 20 times the capital. It's like you're trying to go to war with a freaking BB gun against a belt fed. Like, what are you doing here? Topical, right?
Topical.
Guys, we got some supers to get out of the way.
We do have some supers.
Let me attend to those. We got Old Biker in with a $20 super zero immigration and deportation, a must new for Alberta Constitution. I agree. Javelin Blue with a $5 Mr. Cowboy Hat Man still against the belt fed machine guns. Hungry Trucker Guy is talking about unaliving us. Yep. That's the internet for you.
There's a lot of it out there. We like to
conserve your ammunition, people. Conserve your ammunition.
Javelin Blue with a $10 beer or coffee on me, gents. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's talk about that for a second, because I have an announcement to make. I was talking earlier in the stream. Things are changing around here. Things are changing big time. I don't know if people have seen But all across the board, not just this channel, a lot of political channels, it seems like since last week, the screws have been put by some methods that views just aren't getting out there anymore. I've noticed, I don't know if they're removing comments from our videos, but our videos now have low comments. We're getting botted to remove subscribers again.
Well, even look at this right now. Like usually we have 1,000 people in here, and there's 700. And I noticed it on Friday too. Friday was pretty low.
Well, we've seen streams where they've removed the likes even when we've hit 1,000, and we've seen all kinds of weird shenanigans going on. But nonetheless, folks, if you're watching the videos, like even today's video, I don't think it got over 13,000 views or something, when we usually do a solid 30. So make sure you're leaving a comment in the videos. Leave a thumbs up in all those videos. It helps the channel exponentially. I say that in every video, but that's a reminder as to why. It needs to... well, and this is the funny part. The ads have been much heavier than they used to be. Again, if you guys can afford it, I always tell people get YouTube Premium. You don't have to watch ads. Then you get YouTube Music alongside. So if you ever wanted something like Spotify, it is an added bonus. I don't get paid for saying that. I've always had YouTube Premium because I hate ads.
Yeah, me too.
I can't stand ads. But let's talk about what's changing on the channel. Because I was talking before in a live stream where I said 80% of our income now is super chats and support from our audience. Now, that wasn't said out of guilt. That's just a reality that if the support isn't there, essentially the show dies. And people have been saying, hey, Fringe, you used to do shirt giveaways. We used to have to get 1,000 likes in a stream. We changed it to 1,000 likes by the midway point. All of that's changing. We like giving back on this channel. We like doing things for you guys. So what we're going to do is I'm introducing a tier system on our streams starting Wednesday. The tier system is going to work this way straight out. We're basically going to be giving away something possibly every single stream. If you guys help the stream with your likes, your comments, your support, we help by giving back because then we can afford to. So what I mean by that is what we're going to do from now on, if we get 1,000 likes by the 1 hour mark of our stream, we're going to give away a t-shirt. If we get 1,000 likes by the end of the stream and we didn't get it by the 1 hour mark, we're going to give away a hat to one lucky viewer. And if we get up to $500 in super chats on a stream, we're going to give away a hoodie. Every single time it happens in a live stream. That way, if the channel's making money, we're giving back to you guys. And people are getting prizes. People are getting merch. I think it's a win-win. I think it's an easy way to get the support the channel needs. When we get the likes, it gets the streams out. It helps us grow. But at the same time, if we're getting the support from the audience, we're going to give back. We're going to give something back to the audience. So you guys have 3 goals to work towards in our live streams from now on for 3 awesome prizes each and every stream. We could be doing multiple. So if we hit 1,000 likes midstream and $500 in super chats, we're giving away a shirt and a hoodie in the stream. Or a hat and a hoodie. It could be one of the both or one item altogether. Either way, it's more stuff for everybody. Makes it easier to get because we want to give back. We want to keep building this community and we don't want to go anywhere. We don't want to lose this channel. So I definitely appreciate all the support we get from everybody on this channel. I don't like asking for super chats. This is a way for us to say, if we're getting the support, we give back. We give back to you guys. That way we're not taking everything.
You know what? I'll even go one up, guys. If this, if we try this, if it works out great for the month of August, on the last stream of August, I will donate as a super chat, as a prize, one of these signature, FUCK it plaids that I wear on the show. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My
Look
wife,
at that.
my
Everybody want to be like Mike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are good. The wife and I have those shirts. They're amazing and they're comfortable as hell.
Yeah. Really good quality. I beat the living crap out of mine. I wear it a little too religiously. I absolutely love it. My wife gets them embroidered in Edmonton. We share it on our, we sell it on our store, and I will donate one of them to the channel to be able to do at the end of the month. How's that, guys?
That's perfect. We appreciate that, Mike. We just want to give back, but at the same time, we don't want to ask for the help. So I think that's a good way for us to build this community even stronger than it has been. There's a number of people out there on social media right now trying to get the channel shut down, trying to get the channel a bad reputation.
Who will remain unnamed.
Oh, it's not people. It's bots. While the independence movement cranks up, and I've seen it lately on social media, folks. As we get closer towards October, the hits are going to keep coming. and they're going to start attacking us full steam. I'm going to get into something after we get off these super chats because it's starting to ramp up a bit, and the misinformation that's going to be out there is absolutely unreal. Let me hit up.
Indeed.
Yep. Let's hit up Uncle Chico with a $5 super. I'm getting ready to be deporting myself back to Costa Rica if the independence movement doesn't work. It's going to work. Don't worry.
Can I fit in your suitcase?
You know what's funny? Actually, while I was away at my funeral today, there were people that knew me from my show. Surprise, surprise, that were at the funeral, and they were talking to me. And they're in the oil business. They're rig hands. They're people who drive trucks. They're people who work in and around Alberta, and they've all told me the same thing. I won't put a sign in my yard. I don't want to argue with people about politics, but we're all voting to get the hell out of here. I think there's bigger support than people realize in Alberta. I think, as Rob Anders said in the interview with John Bolton, I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised if you support independence at what the vote's going to yield October 19th. So don't worry about deporting yourself just yet. We got Uncle Chico gifting 5 unacceptable fringe memberships to the Patriots Club. Thank you so much, Uncle Chico. We appreciate that. Welcome to our 5 new members. M. Remington with a $5. Don't worry about prizes. The ultimate prize is that you win your freedom. Absolutely. But again, we want to give back. We like giving back.
You don't realize how much faster Derek is at the super chats until you can have a direct comparison from 5 minutes ago to right now.
I do it multiple times a week. It's just experience. It's like working at a job.
I read better than you do. I don't dyslexic it.
Yeah, it's like being at a job. You get a second. It's like second nature. Yeah. The other reason we like doing the prizes is because, again, it incentivizes the audience to support the channel. If they want a hoodie, if everybody donates $10 and we build up to 500, somebody paid $10 for a hoodie, possibly, if they win. But nonetheless, it's a way to incentivize support to the channel while also getting something back. I think that's the way to do it. I think that's the way we do it as a community. Ali the Lego Batman, $2 super. Godzilla's back, abandoned ship. Absolutely.
Godzilla.
Alberta Sparky with a $2 be like Mike, not Lee. Absolutely. PDX with a $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. Javelin Blue with a $2 yummy Costa Rica coffee. I couldn't agree more. Steve Jensen gifting 10 unacceptable fringe memberships to the Patriots Club. Steve, thank you so much. Once Mike and Matt are talking, I'll start adding up these supers. If we hit 500 tonight, I'll give away a hoodie. I'll even start it tonight. I said starting Wednesday. I don't care. It's a little late in the stream, so I'm not expecting it to happen. That's not me telling people to give us money. We're not we're not pulling the usual.
Give me your fucking money.
We are going to make it good for people. So,
do you have anything else, Mike? I got a few small tidbits still kicking around in my browser.
Hang on, because I got to talk about what's going around about the independence movement.
Oh, okay.
Alberta Sparky, the $5. Look at the video Corey Morgan posted today. Understand why people don't want to put up a sign. The dude was nuts. I'm going to do a video about that. I don't want to show that on stream. We're going to do a video about that.
I saw it before the stream tonight, and I got pretty butthurt about it. Like that was crazy.
So let's take a look at this being posted here by this Lori Goldstein. A mysterious cash surge for Alberta Separatist Party is tied out of province donors. Party backers are supposed to live in the province when they contribute. In a surprising twist, 2 of the 4 donors used to work for the NDP in BC. Now, everybody was sharing this on X, and people were flipping out, and people were saying right off the bat, oh, it's the third-party advertisers, it's the TPAs. I wonder what laws they broke. I wonder who their outside donors are. Shut down the independence question. Shut down the referendum in October. People aren't reading the fine print when it comes to this stuff. It was a cash surge for Alberta's Separatist Party. This is about Cam Davies and the Republican Party of Alberta. This isn't about TPAs.
People don't even read the articles before they share them.
No, but you can see here the Alberta First hat. Yeah,
Lori's pretty based. Lori's pretty based normally. I follow him as well, and he normally has really good takes.
He's got the smiley faces on here, so I'm guessing he finds it. It says you don't say, and down below Tom Lukasik saying you can donate outside of Alberta. So what I find though, it's not that Lori Goldstein posted this; it's that the amount of people sharing this out. The Toronto Sun or the Toronto Star article. Keep in mind, it comes from the Star. This is a liberal-funded propaganda prostitute outlet.
Star,
and it says here a mysterious cash surge for Alberta's Separatist Party is tied out of province donors. Everybody's assuming it's TPAs.
No, it's the Republican Party.
Yeah. Yeah.
We knew that.
And
We knew that.
We knew this ages ago. This isn't brand new news.
No,
And
like I said,
again, if you
trickling out the information little by little by little, and they're slowly trying to weather down the credibility.
Yep. And if you look at Cam Davies and his history with Jason Kenney, he already got fined for messing around when it came to the kamikaze campaign and everything else. So it doesn't shock me if he's taking money he's not supposed to be taking. Based on past actions, we'll say, because we have to be careful legally. We got to cover our butts. But as time moves on, folks, like again, I've seen bots going, or well, not bots, but people from the Forever Canada movement going into other channels saying, what do you think of unacceptable fringe? And then all of a sudden people are freaking out. Oh my God, I hate him. Somebody said the other day, I'm like the next I'm the conservative Mark Slapinski.
No, you're not.
It's like, what are you talking about? Like, there were people stirring the pot in Northern Perspective stream last night, and I was like, I'm friends with Ryan and Tanya. What are you talking about? Which, by the way, prayers and thoughts go out to Ryan and Tanya for their son falling out a second-story window last night. Thank God he's okay. The challenges that they face at home. I mean, this was just one more thing to add to the list. I've tweeted out. I don't want to text them or bother them because I'm sure they got enough on their plate. But again, I consider Ryan and Tanya friends. I've been in their stream, but we've seen this all over YouTube. I've been following because my viewers are sending me the screenshots. They're sending me emails. Look, they're mentioning you in this channel now. They're mentioning you in that channel. They're trying to get people to hate the channel so they stop watching our videos. And it's, I mean, to a certain extent, working a little bit. But at the same point, YouTube's also cranking the gear down on a lot of political content in Canada, not just Alberta independence. So there's something fishy going on YouTube. So everybody stay vigilant. Just know this is where I've said, if anybody's talking slander or slack about the fringe, I really don't care. But as we get closer to the date, this is what's going to happen. People are going to start really getting heated about this. They're really going to come out guns blazing to try and discredit anybody who's seen as, I guess, a veritable force of testicular fortitude in the Alberta independence movement. And we're just going to have to cope and deal.
Subtle.
Yep.
No, it's good. I think you're right. You know, we've seen the attacks. I know Viva Fry did a really good speech on it, talking about what he found, and other content creators have brought it up too. I mean, Jasmine Lane, she got nailed pretty hard when it came to her views.
Yep.
A few of the other big players and stuff like that are just getting hit. And we know it's a conspiracy, for lack of better words. We know this is happening. And guys, everyone that watches the show, the 743 of you that are watching this, minus even the hate viewers, you got to share the show. You got to talk about the show. You got to push the show out on your socials and get it out there, because this is,
you know what? That's his third one talking shit.
Yeah, that's guys, come on. Is this all you got?
Shut up, bitch.
This is the kind of
we can't
that has this is the kind of person that has sexual relations with a vacuum cleaner.
I just where are they in the chat? I can't find them here.
I like addressing the trolls.
There's one up above saying Canadians don't have the balls to actually fight for anything. We need to hire mercenaries to clean our country out. Yeah.
Actually, I will agree with that. They did have to hire mercenaries to freaking supplement their the military. So
there you go. Yeah. There you go. Hellbilly Deluxe with a $5. The OG right way immigrants are pissed and want to go too. Yeah, and you know what's funny? When I was I went to the slow roll yesterday out of Atchison for Sharon, who'd passed away. Her son Tyson, who organizes the Atchison roll out of Edmonton. Mr. Al Burton was there with his wife. A lot of people were there. John Talking Albertans was there. Mitch Sylvester came to the slow roll. We were talking good old Carney, Steve, who's always in our chat here. It was good to see him in our neck of the woods. I am quite fond of Steve. He's a wonderful guy, does a lot of work for this channel in the background. But he was saying a lot of East Indian workers, and not like the new ones. He's talking about the OGs that have been here since like the 70s, 80s, the ones that actually got jobs, assimilated, that don't have a problem with Canada. He says they're all ready for independence as well. They're all in on it. Like, they don't want any more of this shit either. So it's there's a shift going on in Alberta right now, folks. Again, I think we're in a good spot.
And as much as they try to plague us as a bunch of racists and stuff like that, and saying, "Oh, we just want a white ethno state" and stuff like that, no, guys, that's not the point.
No, we want
culture. The point is we want to keep our culture. The point is we want to continue doing what Alberta does best, and that's be Albertan. It doesn't matter. I'm not from Alberta, and I've come here, and I've look at me now, cowboy hat, plaid shirt. I have a farm, and I love this province, and I'm never going back. I'm married in Alberta.
I just don't like garbage humans, and whoever they happen to be and what percentages they happen to be is just what they are.
Yep. Rob with a $5. I put a sign on my lawn yesterday. No problems. I'm glad to see it. Glad to see it. Teresa with the 20 was great to see you at the Memorial Slow Roll on Sunday. Hope Tiffany enjoys the flags. Thank you so much for the flags, Teresa. Teresa gave me 2 Alberta flags to put on our cars. Yes, Tiffany has them up on our vehicle right now. Thank you so much. Run with Tools with a $24.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. Grumpy Albertan with a $5. My condolences to your family. I enjoy watching all 3 of you together chatting. Maybe we should do this more often then. I don't know. I think it looks good on the channel. Thank you so much, Grumpy Albertan. I appreciate it.
That reminds me.
We're talking about sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, about flags. I got a couple of news. One for everyone that ordered the baseball jersey. Thank you very much. I was talking to the Alberta Pin today. They were all finally shipped out today. So you will get them within the next week. They're out there. Thank you again for all your support and people that use the promo code. If you're still interested, go to the albertapin.ca and you guys can get those really sweet baseball jerseys. Also, the car flags have been released. He was very proud of these. They're very well built. They're 2-sided. The black and gold people. So if you want car flags, head over to albertapin.ca and you guys can get them, as well as the traditional black and gold that Matt loves in the background.
Let's take a look, shall we? There's the flags right there. The golden Alberta 3x5 flag.
Yeah.
Wow. Those are great. These are the car ones.
Scroll down. He sent me a video about him today. I don't know if he's on the website. Just
the jerseys are down on the bottom. Oh, here we go.
There it is.
Pack of 2 for $29. Not a bad deal.
That's pretty good.
Not a bad deal. That's what was it they say in RoboCop? I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, if you guys are worried about the bases breaking, these are reinforced braces, like the flagpole itself. So I mean, you could go through a goddamn thunderstorm and they will stay.
Everything Alberta Pin makes is absolute quality.
Yep. Does a good job. You were talking about garbage humans.
Garbage humans and blues bands.
Let's show you a little bit of what's happening in Alberta. The pleb posted this out. Indian neighborhood in Calgary is completely littered with illegal garbage dumping. Couches, furniture, garbage dumped everywhere. I'll never forgive the Liberals for importing this garbage dumping culture into Canada. This has to stop.
I could literally drive down in Manitoba from the perimeter down Pipeline. Same thing, because that's their neighborhood here too. It looks the exact same.
This is up in Northeast Calgary. This is near a neighborhood called Taradale. I know this neighborhood very well. I used to work up in Northeast Calgary back when I lived in Calgary. Taradale, it's all East Indians. There's no white people living in there, and that's no exaggeration. It's literally all East Indians, or Middle East. Their realtor signs are in Arabic. Like when they go to sell their houses, they literally. I don't know why any white people would live in the neighborhood. They're basically shunned out of the neighborhood. But here you go in Taradale, empty lots, being full of garbage, thrown of garbage everywhere. And this is in Alberta, folks.
Those are like to build lots, like those, like the building developer is going to have to take care of this garbage. Like that's.
Yep. But they do this all the time. They do it all the time. It's not just
Alberta. I could go show you that in Manitoba right now. I know right where it is. It looks the exact same.
Why so many mattresses?
But if you want to know what it's going to look into or turn into eventually, because somebody was showing Wasaga Beach today and talking about how it's essentially a dump. It looks terrible. This is Juhu Beach in Mumbai in India. Take a look at this beach. This is what Canada's going to turn into. And people say, well, you're racist. You're everything. It's right there in the open. This is what they do in their country. And this is the problem. It's not a matter of, their skin color's the problem. This is their behavior from where they lived. This is how they live. This is how they grow their families.
How much poop do you think is under all that garbage?
I don't want to know. But the problem here is that you're already starting to see shit like this in Wasaga Beach. You're seeing it across Canada. Well, literally, it's
it's not a matter of racism; it's a matter of pattern recognition. If
but this is habitual for them. So when they come here, that's why you're seeing it all over the neighborhoods here. This is what they're used to. This is how they behave. Right? It's their culture.
Yeah,
I like our culture.
I no longer accept the label of racist or conspiracy theorist. I'm a noticer and a pattern recognitionist.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, look at that. That's just, it's disgusting. Look, and you can see everybody on the beach over here actually in the water.
Is that a dog?
Yeah, that's a dog.
It's a dog. But over here, you can see people actually swimming in the water.
Blech.
Right next to all the trash. Isn't that horrible? Isn't it like they don't even care that it's there?
I should go there and release a statue into their water.
Oh, don't even start.
Statue of yourself.
A statue of Lee.
Statue of Lee. There you go. Carney, the $2 Sunday Live with all three of you. Yeah,
We
I'm not
can't
doing
add
Sundays.
another show.
Northern streams on Sundays. Again, I consider them friends. I'm not going to block their stream. So no Sunday stream.
Derek needs to live at some.
I do need to live a little bit. I do need a little bit of extra time. But you know what? I meant to say that's part of the reason we're doing the tier thing on the channel. If it works out well for us and if it starts to overtake what we make trying to crank out videos that get shadow banned, I'll come live 5 nights a week with you guys. And I'll do live shows for the other 2 nights and just talk about the news on the live shows with you guys. So that's kind of the incentive of growing our community, is if the funds are there to help the channel grow, we'll start delivering the news by other means where it doesn't get banned as easily. M. Remington with a $5. After y'all win the referendum vote, what happens next? Just trying to keep up. So what happens in October isn't necessarily the referendum vote. It's the referendum for the referendum. So if we win the vote in October, it essentially starts the process towards a legal binding referendum against the government of Canada. That's the one we're really going to have to watch out for. Danielle Smith claims it'll be ready to go by spring, according to her interview on the Levine Show. So by spring of 2027, we'll be voting on a referendum, a binding referendum. If we win that referendum, then it comes down to negotiations. Canada must enter good faith negotiations with the province of Alberta, with First Nations, with other province leaders. And if those good faith negotiations go nowhere, which we know they won't, a unilateral declaration of independence may be required. Keith Wilson feels that these negotiations could take approximately 90 days, that they're going to push, because keep in mind, it's not Danielle Smith who does the negotiating, but rather selected individuals for the new Republic of Alberta.
I don't think at this point Danny has any hope of doing anything that will save her at the AGM. Like, I think she's gone no matter what, the week after the vote.
I was talking to one of my viewers yesterday who knows Premier Smith better than I do, because let's be honest, I've had her on the show a couple times. I've talked with her a few times. This person actually knows her number 2. She knows Danielle very well, apparently. And she was telling me 40 chess. She has to do it this way. And I said, here's the problem I have with it.
Still with the 40 chess, eh?
Well, they're insisting, but I said, here's the problem I have with it. Even if that's legit, even if Danielle has to do it this way in order to get it through, how in the hell would you convince your base that was the case when it's all said and done? How could you say, I was a double agent to a double agent, now everybody believe me? Who's going to believe her after this, even if that was the case? And many people that were standing next to me said the same thing. She should have stayed neutral, and that would have been a lot easier to convince people of. I don't know. I don't know what the case is, because, again, there's rumblings going on that she's going to put herself in for the leadership of the Conservative Federal Party. She's got eyes for the prime ministership. Doesn't mean it's happening tomorrow, folks. It's just the next time a leader debate comes up. There's talks that Danielle will enter that fray because she's poised for it. There's talks that she's just going to resign and leave, or she's going to hope that people plug their nose and continue to vote for her. I really don't know where it's going to go, and we won't know until we get concrete proof from Danielle. But if she is in fact double agent, I don't see how you convince our side that hey guys, I was really here with you the whole time.
And you're certainly not going to be convincing Jeff Rath.
God no. God no. And that's
He's
what I
done.
mean. There's a lot of skeptics that would shut it out and say, no, you blew it. You're gone. That's it. Schwartz Awakens with the 279. You have to interview Lee. I don't know. Mike, maybe Mike can make that happen sometime. Maybe we have an interview with Lee.
I think
We'll
that would
see.
be funny.
I'll talk to him. I'll see if I can get him.
Okay. Teresa with a $10 super. This is great to hear. Thanks. I've been waiting for my jersey. There you go. People were asking me the other day, they're like, when does it come out? When I didn't get any kind of verification. Chicken tender, $7. The water park in that area where we showed in Calgary is closed due to E. coli. 2 water parks in Calgary are closed due to that.
How does E. coli get into a water park, Derek?
Because they poop in the water. There's feces.
Weren't you at West Ed at the water park and they shut it down because somebody feasted
Code Brown.
Code Brown.
There was a Code Brown. Yep. They got everybody out of the pool. And my kids stood there and said, "So are we going to go back in?" And we're like, no, no, that's it. We're leaving. We're going. And even when we went back a couple weeks later, you know, the kids were leery to go in the pool. I don't blame them.
Gross.
I don't blame them. It's gross. Ryan with a $5 noticer and patter recognition. Me too, Matt. Awesome. Alberta independence forever. Thank you so much. Grumpy Albertan with a $2 super chat. You 3 and Mrs. Fringe as the mediator. Oh, that would be.
I think that would just end up all 3 of us just ganging up on Derek, to be honest.
That'll be the 19th. The 19th will be.
We're gonna have a good time on vote night.
Yeah. That'll be the Fringe reunites.
Absolutely. Somebody's chatting with Society Unveiled. Is he in the stream? Guys, go follow Society Unveiled. There he is. I'm going to have to move out of Alberta before you guys separate. Being from Nova Scotia, the door would be slammed in my face.
No.
Or he's going to move out to Alberta. Yeah, get out to Alberta. You're going to love it. You're going to love it here. I guarantee it.
Take an Alberta break.
Don't even start with the Brockett stuff. Sometimes people don't learn on how to dump their trash properly without damaging the environment. It's really unsanitary.
It's not that they didn't learn. They just don't care.
I just showed you India. It's habitual. They throw their trash wherever they want. That's the problem. They're bringing that culture over here.
I mean, you could put signs up everywhere. You could say, "Hey, free."
They've got signs everywhere.
There's no fees for the dump, and you can communal bins, stuff like that, and it still wouldn't be used.
There's videos. There's hundreds of videos all over X of people renting U-Hauls and getting caught dumping furniture in ditches, and farmers going, "Pick all that up," and they go, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know." And it's like, shut up, you knew.
Hey, can we get in trouble if we do that accent under C9 now?
I don't know what we get in trouble for anymore. They don't really label it out. What else do we have here, guys? What else do we have for the show?
Have some fun. Mike's gonna like this one.
I like fun. It's better not be about Lee again. I'm tired of
No. It's your buddy. It's your buddy Bonnie Critchley.
Oh shit.
She is the Tory party nominee for Camrose, Peter Guthrie's party. I believe the Tory. They're just basically liberal conservatives. Conservative liberal, I don't know. Either way, they're just going to split the vote on the left even more because no actual UCP people or independence people are going to vote for this guy's people. So I just thought that was an interesting little tidbit of news.
You're Matt. You're single. I bet you she is too. You could be a house husband.
I don't think she likes people with my parts.
I actually, like I said, I know Bonnie. I went on tour with her, and it's just a secret thing you guys don't know in the live chat. Not liked overseas. Not liked. And didn't do all the hero stuff that she that was claimed when she was running for MP. Let's just say spent most of her time in a building filling boxes.
Oh,
she was like filling supply officer.
Filling whose boxes?
Filling boxes to send back to Canada, but yes.
Oh, okay. We got a nice box for him. Mr. Biggs with a $5. Just went outside and my jerseys were sitting on the step. There you go, Mr.
Look at that.
Enjoy them.
I didn't even notice our very own Mike Freedom Honey already commented on this. It's like being picked last in gym class. Wasn't she unopposed, like for the nomination, because there's only like 5 people in that guy's party?
Oh, probably. I mean, she even then when they were doing the vote in my riding for that Pierre one, like that was the longest ballot thing. Like I tell you guys, when you went into the voter booth, they had a book that was thick like that of just candidates. The first page was, and I felt bad for the thing is, the first page were all the parties. So Michael Harris was there, our good buddy, Pierre, the a few of the other bigger parties, the marijuana party, stuff like that. And then in the back, it was alphabetical order for independence, and it was like 20 pages. So like to find her, you had to go to the C's. Like,
so I'm gonna ask the question, the $1 million question. What is a woman?
Did you see those NBA players? That's a great story.
Yeah, John Bolton did a video on it. I didn't want to touch that one with a 10-foot
Well, they're boned.
He did a good job.
Either they let them play and they get 70 points a game and dunk over the entire opposing team, or they tell them, no, that's not how this works, and they prove that it's all bullshit. So
well, you know what they've got? You know what they've got by doing that? They've got balls. I'll give them that. But hell of a basketball team that's going to be.
And yes, for all the people in the chat losing their minds, I am unmarried. I am single. Jesus.
Oh, get out the violin for Matt. Here's something I just noticed, because people are talking about Bonnie Critchley and they said, well, she attacked Pierre. I had somebody yelling at me the other day because they said that I was a fake conservative, that I'm not a conservative voter. And we had quite the discussion about it because people were mad that I supposedly turned tail on Pierre. So here, I kind of want to straighten.
Pierre's a fake conservative.
Here's what I want to straighten out with people. So this person asked me, do you want the Liberals to win? Because now you're anti-conservative. And it's like, I'm not anti-conservative. Please understand, folks. For anybody who watches the show from outside Alberta, I'm with you on the Conservatives. I want anybody but the Liberals getting in. I think the Conservatives could overturn some things. And hey, when Alberta becomes its own republic, we would love to work with the Conservatives on getting deals done and making sure everybody's looked after. So when it comes to Pierre, I don't hate Pierre. I'm pro-independence because I live in Alberta. And if you saw the figures, or if you've been following the benefits of independence, you'd understand why. If you live in Alberta, you say, well, yeah, that's a heck of a deal. I wouldn't want to pass on that either. However, I'll tell you right now, if I'm ever given the chance to vote in another federal election, I can assure you I would be voting for Pierre. Even though I have my gripes with the way things are done, I am and always have been a conservative voting Canadian. I want the same things as you guys. If we still live in Canada, I want you guys to get the leader that you need. I want to get rid of the Liberals for the rest of Canada. So I'm kind of saying I kind of want both. I want independence, but at the same time, I still want you guys to get what's best for you.
I mean, if Alberta becomes independent, who do you want to deal with in the Prime Minister's office of Canada? Mark Carney or Pierre Poilievre to get shit done?
Exactly. Now, the only problem with Alberta turning independent is what does it do to the Conservative Party? And
they're screwed.
Yeah, but for anybody who thinks that I hate the Conservatives or that I'm now pro-liberal, I don't know where people are getting that from, but just know, folks, no, I hate the Liberals. I hate the majority of the government, but I do want balance because, like somebody had mentioned earlier, I think it was Maple Kitty at the beginning of the stream when he said, oh, the pleb is full on Forever Canada. I said, well, yeah, he lives in Quebec. And, Jasmine Lane's going to be Forever Canadian because she lives in Manitoba. Like Moose on the Loose will be Forever Canadian because he lives in British Columbia. The Conservatives are their answer to their problems. Right? So at least on the other side of the Liberals. So I don't expect the pleb or Jasmine Lane or Moose on the Loose or anybody to side with independence because, well, they don't live here. They don't reap the benefits of Alberta gaining its independence. But as an Albertan, of course, independence is my top priority. But if it doesn't happen, we still need something in place to ensure the Liberals stop bending us over a barrel.
Man, did that video of Pierre working out the other day ever break I hate this term, but it literally did break the internet. People were losing their
minds. They lost their minds. And I said it on Friday's stream. They had a video of Pierre working out, and I said, watch, everybody's head's going to explode. Because I think it came out like an hour or two before we did the live.
Yeah.
I would like to see Ottawa get completely lambasted, and I would like to see the Liberals hold no hope in hell of ever getting ahead again. But I want to get to something that we've always talked about on this stream, and it's that infamous image, folks, that we always bring up on screen. This is the problem for Pierre, and this is the problem. This is why I want people to understand. I don't hate the political or the Conservative Party. I hate the political system.
It's the problem for the Conservative Party as a whole, and the reason why conservatives in Canada would be liberals anywhere else but Canada, because they have to try and cater to that to try and win elections. So they keep moving further to the left.
Exactly. And this is the problem for the Conservative Party of Canada. And this was my question to everybody, and they automatically assume I hate Pierre by asking this. But how does Pierre Poilievre win an election when he has to convince that red portion of the country to vote for him? Because this red line decides who runs the country. This decides whether it's a minority or a majority government and who's in charge. How does Pierre cater to them? I mentioned before, and I've mentioned it multiple times, how I went to Dane Lloyd's office 3 days before the election, and Dane Lloyd told me Pierre's not winning. We already know that because of the South Asian community in Toronto. This is why Montreal has so many immigrants, so many more than Alberta. And this is why Danielle Smith says, well, they're allowed to be selective. They're selective down there for a reason. This is why they're flooding Toronto, why they're flooding Brantford, Brantford and other areas, because or Brampton as well. It allows for these folks to gain citizenship and continue to vote for the Liberals. So how does Pierre win?
I don't disagree with you, and I look at it the same way. I mean, come like the last election, I was all like, let's 100% going on Pierre. You know, it's the lesser of two evils. This is what Canada needs. And I look at it this way, that honestly, Alberta leaving, and people don't realize the trump card. The trump card is that the Quebec election is coming up soon for their provincial, and the Parti Québécois is right now ahead of the game by 15 points. Mm-hmm. They will win. And the second they win, they've already said they're going to call a referendum. Now, the question is this going to be a referendum to get more stuff, or is this going to be a true referendum on leaving the country? If Quebec leaves, they may possibly leave before we do. If they leave, if we leave, next thing you know, Saskatchewan's going to join us. BC's going to be in a real hard place.
We should just split right at the Ontario border, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and the interior BC. And
because this is where I got to push back on all that.
The lower mainland can become a city-state.
If you ever look at an electoral map during a federal election, right above this blue line where this red area is, it's mostly blue in Ontario for the most part. Like the majority of conservative voters in Ontario live above this red area. There's people in the red area that vote provincially for the Conservatives because, well, Doug Ford's a closet liberal. But no, Ottawa are not a bunch of losers. Ontario are not a bunch of losers. The majority of Ontario votes Conservative. But again, this red area decides who runs the country. I got nothing but love for people in Ontario that are Conservative voters and just want fair representation. And I know a number of them watch this show, and rightfully so. They want change just as bad as the rest of us. But the problem is this red area can't get it. And this is where I keep saying to people, Alberta isn't the problem. We're not tearing up the country. We're not trying to ruin things for everybody else. If people understood the gripes of representation or a misbalanced Senate or the way the seats are dealt out in this country.
Let me hook you up there.
Yeah,
people would be more angry at the federal government saying, "Hey, you need electoral reform. You need to fix this." There's Ontario right there.
Why isn't this one being bigger? Hang on.
Why isn't it being bigger?
Well, you know, you're right, because I mean, it's a culture change. Like my family back home, for my immediate family, a lot of them are liberal, but again, my own mother, true liberal her entire life, voted Conservative at the last election. And this is a woman that's retired, worked in NGO, lives right downtown Ottawa. His stepdad's a school teacher, and these people have realized that there's a big problem, and quite frankly, voting red's not going to fix it. They see the problem with the immigration system. They see the problem with the massive deficit. They understand that these people have paid taxes their entire lives, and now that they're retired and trying to, live off of what they've worked their asses off, for lack of better words, throughout their life, they're not seeing that benefit. Things are going to be becoming more expensive. The inflation numbers keep going up. They keep spending us into deficit spending, which increases inflation. And as much as I say, I feel bad at the same time. Do I want to just throw my hands up and say this is your problem, figure it out? I think Alberta leaving is possibly one of the best things that could ever happen to them. Because for the average person down there, they're going to see this as a massive shot across the bow, to the point where this is the enema that you need. where they're
and it might balance out their electoral system as well, right? Like they might have to reform their electoral basis once Alberta goes, because somewhere has to go for the seats that are in the House of Commons.
Especially if Alberta and Quebec both go, that was really going to shake everything up.
They still have what is it, 338 seats in the House of Commons?
Yeah.
It's you still have to dole those seats out. So if Alberta leaves, that actually improves the status quo for the rest of Canada. And I can see it here. Kelly says Niagara has 4 seats, 3 of them are blue. I agree, but like if you zoom in, see here's the red area down here, and a lot of it's blue on this map,
and then you look at these
yet
cities.
it does nothing. It's Toronto. This
is Toronto. There's more seats. Like you can't see because I can't really zoom in on that, but there's more seats in this little red spot here in Toronto than there are in like all of Manitoba and Saskatchewan.
But look at the map of Canada and see how much of this map is blue, and Pierre still lost. Like, this is my question. This is why I'm saying it's not a hatred for Pierre. It's not a hatred for the Conservatives. It's asking the $1 million question. How in the hell does Pierre win an election after the momentum he had that is now apparently lost to some degree since that federal election? Like, he's not going to have that kind of steam power again because he's not running against Justin Trudeau or post Justin Trudeau. He's running against post Mark Carney. And they've got their 5-word trump card. No,
but even
no
look how
pun
much
intended.
Look how much people were in the social media space, on the YouTubes and everything like that. Like this channel, Pleb, everybody else was propping him up. A lot of content creators, once we leave, things are going to change, and he's going to lose a lot of that support and a lot of essentially those people propping him up. So he's going to have to contest with the South Asian, massive amounts of immigration that they're getting in Toronto.
I don't think Pierre's going to be the one who runs for the Conservatives the next time around.
I don't either. And I know I get called out for it anytime I say it, but I've spoken to people within the Conservative Party, and even again, Rob Anders had said he heard straight to the horse's mouth from a Conservative MP. The talks are happening. So it's they don't just talk about these things out of the blue.
Holy Ghost. Welcome.
Oh, there's Dutchy. There's Dutchy.
Welcome, buddy. Hope you're doing good.
So we had the question there, if the referendum fails, do we leave Canada? That's up to you. That is entirely up to you. I can tell you right now, Mrs. Fringe was looking at oil jobs in Texas. The only problem with that is she says, well, can't have YouTube if you go down there because you're not allowed to work for 2 years if we go down there. So what do we do? Right? I don't want to leave Canada. I want to stay here and fight. I want to make sure that everybody gets what they need. And it's the same as I say to everybody who thinks that I'm a sellout or I'm a fake conservative or I don't like Pierre or any of that stuff. I want Canada to get a conservative government, and I want Alberta to get its independence. Make no mistake about it.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive. You can have both.
You can have both. But wanting those things and how we get them are two different questions. I think getting Pierre into government or a conservative majority at this point is just as challenging as getting Alberta's independence.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. I'm just asking people to entertain and understand. I'm not saying it to get you down in the dumps or make you feel like it can't happen, but there needs to be a mass restructuring, whether it's Pierre or whoever else is running the Conservatives, before we can get the Conservative Party ready for another momentum shift again against Mark Carney. Because if you saw that viral video that went out today, the El Boomers.
Oh my God. We're
not going to play it. We're not going to play it.
Music.
I can't play the music because it's copyrighted. There we go. So these guys are all singing the 500 Miles song, and singing about how they're knocking on doors. Like, it doesn't matter how bad things get. These guys vote for Liberals. And that's why I'm saying, like, you're never going to see the momentum shift that we need in Canada, because this is the sections of the world or the country where, well, again, it's Victoria, where they've got their strongholds.
We can't repel cringe of that magnitude.
And
I'm
not even gonna say, look at the majority of the people and their age demographic in the video. This is the problem. And again, I'm not saying that to insult my senior audience. What I'm saying is that this seems to be the statistic when we go around the country. It's people that aren't in the job market. It's people that aren't paying mortgages, or at least high interest rates in mortgages, or high property taxes tied to those mortgages. These are people that have basic bills. At least that's what I believe when they're dressed in nice clothes, aside from liberal t-shirts. They're going from door to door. They live in Victoria. Who could afford to live in Victoria these days?
You would have to pay Lee an absolute fortune to be part of that.
It's what you have to realize, folks, when it comes to flipping the liberal vote, is that as long as Trump is around or a Republican is around, these guys won't entertain the thought of a conservative prime minister working alongside a Republican president. They don't want it. And they're in the areas that control the country. So how do we win? That's more the question I'm asking. I'm not trying to break apart the conservative movement. I'm trying to ask the question, how do we win at this point? The slogans didn't work. The Carney literally copied everything Pierre was going to do and then just threw it in the garbage. So how do we win?
You know, I was at a event a few weeks ago, a couple months ago. It was at Chambers of Commerce events in Sherwood Park, so just outside of Alberta, and I was speaking with the liberal booth that was there, and the people working there, they were so elbows up, like they thought Mark Carney was the greatest thing from sliced bread, and they were telling me that people were coming up. He's like, I've never voted for liberal in my life, but that Mark Carney guy, I like the cut of his jib kind of thing. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like,
how though? How?
He's a snake oil salesman. He's just
again, I've got a family member that turned around and said the same thing. And I said, what has he done to convince you that? And he says, well, Trump's out. And I said, well, when was Trump going to come in?
Do you know what those people are? Oh, how do we? There. I was going to use the retarded one. How do I do it?
Are you retarded?
There you go.
Damn it. Well, I mean, they were sold a bill of goods, and this is one thing. And I was talking to people when Lee went to go talk to Thomas Lukasik. You know what? He even said, you know, Thomas is a very nice guy. He's very suave. You know, he's very charming when you talk to. But yeah, like I said, he's a politician. That's part of the game. So I mean, these people will sell you that crook, you know, that bad pill. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear, whatever you think.
They'll tell you what you want. It's damage control.
Exactly, to try to get you to vote, thinking that the world is better. And I ask people, especially when I talk about the independence movement, I say, are you better off now than you were, 15 years ago? And the thing is like, just like the garbage in India, there's no magic wand to come by and fix all this. And this is why I look at independence as being so important. Our deficit keeps climbing. They keep spending. Our healthcare system's on the brink of collapse, where it's essentially a Ponzi scheme at this point. Our pensions, we keep losing benefits, even though we, as a business, we have to keep paying more into it. The tolls go up, the revenue comes back, and people are going without. And it's just like I said, there's no magic wand to save you at this point. The only thing we can do is try to create something better, and try to start from the ground up in a system that will benefit the people.
Yeah.
Well, if you could give me a minute here to just do a little bit of a note for myself. I know I've said this on the channel, but it was like last year when I first joined. Like, people in Manitoba and people in Alberta both ask, why do I care? Why am I about independence from where I am? And going back to even the Harper days, I'm like, I could see Canada's screwed. The voting system is trash. We're not going to vote our way out of any of this crap. We're not going to protest our way out of any of this crap. And I became completely politically apathetic. And I thought my best hope one day was to flee into the woods and die a glorious death when they send the troops after me, because I'm hiding in the woods and refusing to obey their orders. But like, Alberta independence is the first time I felt a real shot where I could be involved politically and it would have an actual difference. And some people are like, well, what if Alberta becomes free and it becomes just as crappy? Well, we got to try. We got to see what happens. We have to fight.
Anything's better than the status quo.
Exactly. Anything's better than just sitting where we are and repeating the same shit. So that's why, even from Manitoba and eventually, hopefully, Alberta, when I can get there, I'm all in.
Well, it gives people hope. It gives people hope. It gives people a hope of a possible better future, because right now the status quo as it is failing us. And I mean, you've all had experiences with how terrible the medical systems come and how much more we're paying in taxes and the less services, crumbling infrastructure. It's not getting any better. And this is why I'm all in for Alberta independence, just like yourselves. And to the people that watch the show, because there's hope. There is true. And this is why it's a grassroots movement brought in by lawyers and business guys and political pundits and people on YouTube to try and say, hey, we can create something better here. And we can at least give it a shot. If we fail, we fail. We just go back. It's not the end of the world. Alberta will keep being Alberta. But we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here to be able to create a nation of like-minded people with our cultures and our way of life and our belief system to be able to, for something that we want to leave to our children and grandchildren. And hopefully, like I said, make them freest, greatest, most prosperous country in the world. But it takes a little bit of work, people.
It does. Maple Kitty, only one man can lead Alberta, President Keith Wilson. Hey, listen, there's the fringe. No, I'm joking. Of course it's Keith. Of course it's Keith. Nillock, $5 Moose. Moose has actually been on our side about Danielle and that she's making a really bad deal with Carney and that it's screwing Alberta. It is a bad deal. And yeah, Moose is technically, but what I'm talking about is separation. I don't expect Moose to be on the side of separation because he's not in Alberta. Like if he is, that's great. But what I'm saying is that I don't expect that from, Mark Nixon or any of those guys. I consider them all friends, colleagues. I don't have a problem with any of them, but again, hopefully they don't have a problem with me. But again, like I said, if Nova Scotia had the resources Alberta has, and if they had everything lined up the way Alberta does, and Nova Scotia was talking about leaving right now, and there was a podcaster from Nova Scotia, I'd expect them to say, look, it's the best deal for us. We got to go. It's I wouldn't be grudging towards them. I'd say, yeah, okay. But I understand that, those who aren't in Alberta still need some form of reprieve from the Liberals. And I want to help get that for them. I don't want to just leave high and dry or push for independence and not focus on the Conservatives. My problem is that when you look at it statistically, again, folks, I know I'm whipping a dead horse. How do you win at this point? How do you get ahead of that red area of the country and the boomers that go out in droves and make sure to vote? I just don't see a winning path. Hopefully that changes. I'm not anti-conservative. Again, I'm a conservative-minded voter. We'll see what happens, I guess. Javelin Blue with a $5 super. I've said this for years. Being pushed out by immigration. Why do East Indians vote Liberal? Because they vote for whoever brings them in. Yes. It's all the benefits. If somebody hands you a check, are you going to say you don't want them in office? Of course you're going to want them there.
It tells you can bring your whole family over, or tells you that we're gonna honor your culture.
Oh, and if you get arrested, you're back out on the streets. There's no jail. There's no anything. Run with Tools 279. Got my black hoodie. Veterans for Independence. Awesome. Hope you enjoy it. Javelin Blue with another $2 super chat. East Indians, Islam, CCP members. Sorry, biggest threat. I think there's bigger threats than that, but yeah, IRGC comes to mind. I guess that technically ties in with Islam. Javelin Blue with a $2. I feel bad for Pierre. I don't feel bad for Pierre. He's smart. Again, I've had conversations with him and his people. He's pretty damn smart. The only problem is
Pierre in his 19-room mansion and his $500,000 salary.
If he leaves politics tomorrow, guys, he's fine. It's just don't feel bad for Pierre. This is part of the job. Like Matt said, if you're leader of the opposition, you basically have the prime minister's job minus all the responsibilities and stress. Like you get almost the same expense accounts. The only thing you don't get is a jet. You don't get your groceries paid for, and you get slightly less salary. But all you have to do is show up and talk about how bad the other guy is and leave. I don't feel bad for Pierre. Again, I respect the man. I don't have a problem with him. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Yeah, well, we'll figure that one out. Extreme Wacko with a $7. Is it bad that Facebook asked me for my face and government ID to continue chatting to people on the platform? I feel like it's part of censorship policies. It's part of digital ID. They've been doing that for a while. They've been doing that for a long time. I wouldn't give them anything.
That's how I lost my original Facebook. They wanted my face and a picture of my ID. I'm like, no thanks. I just made another one.
Yep. Dutchy with a 139. Miss you all. Dutchy, thank you. We miss you, brother. Thank you so much. Guy, we're almost close to that mark for a hoodie. Real Steve Jensen with a $5 Victoria is now the newlywed and nearly dead. Has been since I left in 1982. See, I've never been to Victoria. I don't know enough about it. I've just been told it's very liberal. Very liberal.
It's very
I was 2 in 1982.
Alberta First with the $10. Don't think they know what they're voting for. Liberals know the Liberal Party will always shake down Albertans to pay their bills. Well, again, when we leave, all of that changes. That's why I'm saying if you're a conservative voter outside of Alberta, you should be cheering for Alberta to leave because, again, it's going to balance out your electoral system. It's going to give you more power because they're going to have to put those seats somewhere. They're going to have to create new ridings. And again, without Alberta's money, people in the Liberal following are going to have to get in line and start figuring out how they're going to manage things. Alberta leaving could be the biggest blessing for the remainder of Canada, whatever remains of it when it's done. And again, we'd still have to work with Canada, right? Because you guys get our oil, you get our gas, you get everything else. We would have to work with you. So it's not like anything changes. The only thing that changes is where the money goes. That's it.
Oh, you mean Alberta wouldn't just go tariff for tariff with their closest neighbor and trading partner?
Nope.
Who does that?
I don't see it. Steve Jensen with the $5. It definitely won't be worse than what we have now in Canada. No, it won't. It won't. Run with tools. Let's. All right. Let's. Javelin Blue with a $2. No, Doug Ford gets the jet. No, he doesn't get the jet.
He had that thing for like a week.
He had it for 5 minutes.
He had it for 5 minutes. And then he's like, oh, everybody's really mad. And he sold it.
You mean you're mad that I work for the government and bought a jet?
I don't know what he was thinking, or if he thought that it wasn't gonna come back to bite him on the ass. Because oh my god, so bad.
He's retarded.
Let's get into a little Q&A. We'll do a few questions and then we'll wrap it up. We've been going long.
Couple of questiones.
Question, are all questions? What do we got in here? Good to see Dutchie back. I got to be honest. We missed him.
I got to be honest.
Look, I got to be honest. I kind of missed him around here. He was a wonderful guy. You know, I met him. I hung around him when we were at the Whistle Stop. A wonderful guy.
Mike, quit waving that thing around.
Mike, put that propaganda away.
I think it's misspelled. I'm going to double check. Like, I speak French, and I'm convinced that the French part is misspelled. So double check that.
Just because you lied for that sign.
Who has a question?
First of all, Lee told the truth, nothing but the truth. And
technically you paid for that sign, so enjoy. True.
I guess. Technically, you paid for that sign. Wait till you see.
I will have no part of it. It's like Lord of the Rings. Don't you dare throw that in my face. I'll have no part of it. What do we have for questions? Do we not have questions? Nobody has questions. We can just.
Okay, so I was looking at this to use it as target practice. We were talking about this at one point. I do have a gun range close to my place that I am a member of, but just for the optics, I'm not going to do it. Instead, what I'm going to do is probably look at getting the TPA.
Somebody will say that's inciting violence or something.
For the campaign, that's
look, they want to kill us.
Exactly.
Grumpy Albertan with the $2. Can an independent Alberta help Canada politically? I mean, I think it could help sway voters if that's the look. Here's the thing: if Alberta left, and let's just say after a period of time, things became really prosperous in Alberta, and people saw the wealth that Alberta was attributing, and Alberta said, "Look, we want to help Canada. We want to do things with Canada. We had a good relationship. Everything was working well." Keep in mind, an independent Alberta would be conservative-minded people. So when you have the rest of the conservative voters in the country, as well as people who are borderline where they vote, they might start looking at the way Alberta has things and start going, hey, we can have some of that too, right? Like we could have a life like that if we were just willing to get rid of these liberals, right? You never know. I can't say where people would vote, but if that's what you mean by help Canada politically, I suppose there'd be a level of influence. I know that helped Danielle Smith when it came to Ron DeSantis. She was often compared to Ron DeSantis when she first became premier. So you never know if there's influence over it. I'd say possibly.
All right. Evil Mike just chimed in for a second like that. Or we take our wealth and then we influence politics inside of Canada, like certain other countries do that I won't mention on the show. But
here's Brenda with a 20. Thank you, Derek, Tiffany, and Mike, Matt, and all you do to look forward to watching your shows. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. Question: did you see that Mark Carney just lost another MP? You know, it's funny. He did, and they're always first to talk about Pierre. They're always first to talk about Pierre and the MPs that have crossed the floor. the Liberals have lost the same amount of MPs when you factor in Stephen Guilbeault. So how come nobody's saying it's curtains for Mark Carney? He lost another MP. Oh, right. I know why. Because they can keep buying their majority government.
I think
that's
the best
why.
thing about Stephen Guilbeault is he left because Mark Carney wasn't communist enough for him.
Yeah, Mr. Net Zero himself wasn't radical enough for Stephen Guilbeault. I still think it was because he found it as his out because people were still looking into the slush fund and the millions of dollars that went to Guilbeault's companies.
Just cash cow. If the left-wing supporters and politicians don't like American products, but they're still using American multinational companies, what is Canada even on? Search me. I don't know. See, these are the questions I literally ask it all the time. I say it all the time when it comes to those who still support Mark Carney, even if they have TDS. Where is the line? Where is the line when you guys start going, okay, we're kind of in over our heads here. This is starting to get retarded.
I only buy Canadian, they typed on Meta or on Facebook, American-owned companies.
Yeah, they're on X saying, why would you go to America on a holiday and support American? Is that a blue check mark I see next to your profile? Giving it to an American company? You idiot. Where's your, I guess cell phones aren't necessarily made in America. Most of them are done in Korea, I guess, or wherever. Yeah. But nonetheless, a lot of your products that you're wearing come from America.
Yeah.
Do you guys have an equivalent of a Trump? Y'all need a Trump. Oh, look, we got one. We got one who's an equivalent. I can tell you that. I can tell you right now. Look, I'd love to run in that office. I would love to run for prime minister. But you know what's wrong, folks? When you look at YouTube, when you look at the people in the comment sections, I don't think they like me very much. I don't think I'd make it there. No. We do need an equivalent. You know what's funny? The closest, and believe me, they're a very far cry from being like Trump. Kevin O'Leary at one point wanted to run for prime minister, and that was during Trump's tenure in the first round as president. And I remember saying to my wife, holy shit, could you imagine if O'Leary actually got it? Him and Trump talking trade, talking deals. Can you imagine the shit we could get done between Canada and America with O'Leary at the helm and then Trump in office? Like, my God, what a marriage that would be. Like, you'd actually get business deals done and beneficial ones too, because they both understand how the countries work. Would the Forever Canada folks change their minds if the Saddle Ridge garbage was redirected onto their streets? No, because it's all, how do I say this without C9?
They would just say, we're being culturally enriched.
No, if there are no people there to get angry. If you go to that section of town, there's a reason in Calgary they call that Brown Town. It's literally the entire northeast section of Calgary. That's what I'm saying. There's neighborhoods that have Arabic on their realty signs. There's no English. I'm surprised they haven't changed the street signs yet. It's okay. Javelin Blue, the $2 Derek XRP up. What's XRP up?
It's crypto. It's
crypto.
Oh, I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know nothing about crypto.
The amount of random people on my X who start messaging me, and then I'm like, hey, how's it going? And then like, what do you think of crypto? And it's like, oh, come on. Could it just not be a crypto bot for once?
Can this hot girl full of investment advice be true?
Basically.
Okay, well, listen, I didn't ask for a purity test on Kevin O'Leary. I was saying that as a businessman, as somebody who sits on Shark Tank talking about deals between him and Trump after running The Apprentice, I'm sure we could get some deals. That's all. I'm not asking for what kind of a person he is. I'm just saying news. It would be good deals.
They already banned the AR-15, so he doesn't have to worry about
it. There you go.
And
Maple Kitty, $7 super. Shopping at Walmart is not shopping American. Great Value is a Canadian company. If you buy Great Value, I'm sure a lot of these El Bozos aren't buying Great Value. I'm sure they can afford the good stuff.
And
more actual questions.
And also XRP is not that up. Yeah, it's
why were all those El Bozos fisting the air in the Forever Canada video? They were showing
singing.
you their midnight hobbies.
Well, they were singing, I would not walk 500 miles, except I would knock 500 doors for Forever Canada. It was very cringe.
We
couldn't
play
it because music, but
yeah.
Go find it on X or Facebook. You'll laugh.
You'll find it everywhere. It's all over the internet. Ladies and gents, I'm going to wrap up the stream at that point. That was a short one for me, long for you guys. But it has been a long day. Driving 7 hours hasn't exactly been fun today. So ladies and gents. Oh, look, we got Teresa coming in at the end. They tried to get it as gated community, but the city said no.
Up in Calgary.
In Calgary? Oh God. Yeah, no. No,
Next,
no. Don't give them any of that. Yeah. Next. Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gents, thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for all the support. Again, next show, 3-tier system for every live stream from now on. 1,000 likes by the 1 hour mark, we give away a t-shirt. 1,000 likes by the end of the stream. Instead, we give away a hat. If we get 500 or more in super chats, folks, and support, we give away a hoodie. And that's the way it's going to stay on this channel because we want to give back to you guys while also keeping ourselves on the air. YouTube just does not want us succeeding. So thank you to everybody tonight for the support. Thank you for coming out. I'm looking forward to doing some giveaways. We had a benefactor come in to buy us a coffee in Friday's stream that gave us a very handsome donation to start giving away some shirts. So they've already paid for the first portion up front. I'm looking very forward to giving those away to you guys. I'll have my new Carney 10 Reasons to Stay in Canada shirt available, hopefully for Wednesday. From Mike, myself, Matt, everybody here at the Fringe, thank you for coming out tonight, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Check back tomorrow for new content. Make sure to comment and thumbs up in those videos, folks. It helps so much with everything that's going on right now. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Get it out there.